Processing.
I'm sorry. Try again.
Hey, hi guys. Oh boy, we got a big show. We got to get right to it too because we got
Yes,
somebody
we
getting
do.
cold. Um, so, well, let's get right to it. Is there any news or announcements other than calendar contest? Start taking your pictures now. That way you don't have to worry about it, huh?
Yep.
So that's why I kept Jean Luc in the timer. Okay, so we have. Well, let's just let her introduce herself. Wow, hi Jess.
Hi.
You have the dog in the countdown timer video that goes running and jumps into the arms of the people too, huh? You have Floof.
Oh no, I don't have Floof. That's
No, 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 no. The
that's
rescue has him.
the rescue does.
Yeah. So anyway, wow, Bonnie's just as good looking there as she is in the video.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
But you got two dogs there you're going to be talking about today.
I do. That's Bear. He's peeking out there. He's got the badger face. He's such a cutie.
And he's still pretty new for you, right?
Yeah, he's learning to trust. He's coming along in like 2 weeks. We've gotten him to trust us where he'll let us give him lots and lots of loves now. So.
And Bonnie has taken yet another dog under her wing in Bear, right?
Yep, just as she did with Naomi. She absolutely.
Wow. Ain't that amazing? Because you think you see a personality in a dog, and then they do that, you know, twice now. So,
yeah.
And now does that? She doesn't necessarily have to be an only dog, right?
No. So the shelter was going to euthanize her because she was aggressive towards dogs, and what we're finding out is that she's actually not aggressive towards all dogs. So she prefers to be the dominant dog over other dogs, and she also has the soft spot in her heart for dogs that are, kind of
timid and scared.
Yeah, and so she takes them kind of dogs under her wing, and she just mentors them. And
wow.
So she's done a great job with Naomi, and she's almost adopted, and she's off onto her new home. And she's also done a great job with Bear, where he wouldn't even let us get near him when he first came. And
holy cow!
Yeah, he's a big guy, huh?
Yeah.
What's her mix? Her tail indicates she's got Akbash in her somewhere. She's a big girl, isn't she? Or is she not as big as she looks?
Bear or Bonnie? Bonnie is. Bonnie. I think she's built like Lucian, where she's kind of short and stout, but she's thick.
Gotcha.
And
Bear's the big one,
yeah, he's the monster.
145 pounds.
Yep, he's a big.
Oh,
big
wow.
And badger face.
Yes, he's got the sweetest badger face. He does.
He does. He's a sweet dog. He doesn't ride well though yet, does he?
No, he doesn't really love car rides. Look at her. Look at you. She's like, "Hey, what are you talking to me?"
Gosh, that's a perfect angle. If you had your camera tilted just a tiny bit up too late, don't do it because she's going to change position. But you can sure see Great Pyrenees in her, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. They're both 4 years old, which is odd that they're the same age, and they're pretty mellow. Not really destructive. They can be left alone unattended, and they don't really get into things. So they're just good, mellow.
And how does she ride in a car?
She does okay in the car. Like you got to coax her to get in, and then once she gets in, she just lays down. She's a good girl.
Oh, okay. So she rides good. Just she's not her favorite place to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wow. So what would be her perfect home for an adopter? Perfect home.
The perfect home would be the only dog. Just, the only animal in the home that just gets all the attention. She can just be loved with her family, spoiled.
And doesn't have to worry about doing a job all the time like mentoring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she seems to be a natural as a mentor dog. Now, not all dogs are mentors. And but she clearly is. And
Yeah.
and she's doing a good job. She did great with Naomi, didn't she?
She did. And she's good with kids too. She loves kids. My niece and nephew come over and they love her and she loves them.
Wow. Okay, so what about the big guy that she just went and checked on?
He's having a snack. I would say the same. I don't know how he is around kids yet. I haven't had a chance to bring my niece and nephew over to
Okay.
meet him. We've just kind of been letting him take his own time, getting used to us before we introduce other people. But he's just a big love. He's very skittish at first. He just not sure. But I think that it had to do with the way that he was moved from his owner. It was kind of all of a sudden and abrupt for him. And so I think that was a little bit of trauma. I think that with proper introductions for both of them, I think that they could be successful with anyone.
Awesome. Yeah. See what a lot of people don't realize from a behavior standpoint, when Bear got moved, he lost more than home, he lost his job.
Yeah.
Okay. So it destabilized him.
And he got neutered on the same day.
Oh, he got neutered the same day.
Yeah, they pulled him and went straight to get him neutered, and then they took him straight to the foster. The original foster that he was at had a dog that was very much like in his face all the time, trying to play and nip and stuff, and he just didn't really take to that very well because of the situation that he was in.
Too much. Yeah.
It was just too
Okay.
overwhelming.
All right. Now, but Bonnie, when you had him in the outdoor run, Bonnie went up there, but she was different, wasn't she?
Oh, as soon as they met, they locked eyes, they wanted to play, and it was like nothing. Like they knew each other the whole time.
Okay, so that's always remember if the dog knows how to carry themselves around another dog, they can pick up on the signals, just not all of them in the beginning because they don't know each other. Okay.
Yeah.
So introductions, you want to make sure that they have a good first impression with each other.
Yep.
And that goes a very long way. Wow. So, Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Utah, Montana is where both of these dogs are. What would be Bear's perfect home, or have you had him long enough to realize that yet?
I think that he could be good with with another dog. I think that if he had the right introductions, he could be with another dog. And with people, it's going to be slow meeting process, and let him have his time to warm up to them. Be able to trust them.
So yeah, and that's real similar to any new dog in the home. When you get a new dog, don't invite everybody over to meet your new dog. let them get to know you first. Let them know that you're mom and dad or whoever. But look at him. Boy, he is a big
He's
dog.
pretty.
He sure is. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous dog. Now, is he available for adoption now, Bear?
He is. Yep. He's
Okay.
neutered and everything. He's up to date on shots and he's ready to go.
Okay. He just doesn't have a bio up yet, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Utah, Montana. I can't believe I just spit that out. That's where .org. That's where you go. Actually, that's not their web address.
Oh, hi, buddy. Good job. He's like, here I am. I present myself.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. I mean, he even looks big on the computer.
Yeah. He's actually taller than Lucian. He's fluffier too.
Wow. Because Lucian's a big boy.
Lucian's 145 pounds. But
Yeah, Lucian is Jess's resident Great Pyrenees.
Yeah.
How many dogs you got there? 8.
8. Mhm.
Good thing you got help, huh?
Yeah.
Because you got your handful now.
That's right.
Look at that. He's just resting his paw on your.
Yeah,
on your-
I love it. Yeah, he's my kind of guy.
Yeah, he is. And that boy, he's just gorgeous.
Yeah. He's
Wowzer. There's the right. It'll take you right to one of those 2 dogs' pages. Okay. Well, I mean, if I say it was Bear, then it would be for Bonnie, and I would just get it goofed up. If you follow that link, you can find both dogs.
You can. Yes, you can.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, when you click on the animals there on the website, the first one you see is Bonnie.
Yep. She's our featured pup.
And then there's 2 bears, but I've identified them separately and on the listing
Yep.
because he's listed as the badger face bear. Yeah.
That's correct.
So you've got another bear that's all white, then I take it, or similar.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. Bear's a common name.
It is. Bonnie's our longest resident, so she's really looking for her home.
Yes, and this is a good dog now. She is just a beautiful dog. She's been there, and you're right, she's been there too long. She's ready to rock and roll.
She is.
So Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Montana, Utah. So
Yep.
they can't change that name to shorten it. That name was initially early on, and because they got a higher power than God that governs them, and that's called the IRS. So they got to apply for a name change. Then they
Yeah.
got to change Facebook. That's even harder.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna keep it.
Yeah, and we'll get it. We'll understand it. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get out of that cold garage, and because you look like you're getting colder. Sydney, do you have any questions for Jess?
No, thank you so much, Jess. And the only thing is, Bonnie has those really light, kind of like amber caramel colored eyes, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah,
And the
she's very
really
pretty.
dark eyeliner. I mean, her eyes are
Oh.
beautiful. Yeah.
Pretty.
She's beautiful. Both of them are beautiful, but god dang. Okay, let's move on and get you
Thank
back
you.
into. We'll get you back into the heat. How's that?
Do you want to?
Okay.
I'm gonna run in and.
Okay. All right. I will. We'll take you down. All right.
Okay.
And we'll do it that way. So, all right, she'll be back with. We have. She also has a dog named Bowie, but he's got an applicant that looks good, and they said they were going to watch the show, and so we're going to bring Bowie out and just let her see him. Okay, we're not going to worry about too much else there because she had her hands full. All righty, so you're down, Jess. So next up, while Jess is warming up. We got us a beautiful dog here. And then we have Felicia. Okay. Just wait till you see her buddy. Wow. Now we're gonna get us a good look at Maverick. I mean Felicia. Wow. Look at her. Just as gorgeous as she's listening to me.
She is.
Cool. Before we get started with Felicia, Melanie, can we bring up that comment that Amy's got down there about the bark dog in Houston? Thank you. I'm sure the rescue knows about it because Dana knows everything that goes on at those shelters there in your area. But at least now they do know about it. There's got to be a place for them to put the dog before they can pull the dog. Okay. Thank you, Melanie. So, Miss Felicia. You've got two good dogs there. Now you you do volunteer with two different rescues, don't you, Amber?
Yes. In the past, I had volunteer rescue dogs with SPIN, Saving Pyrenees in Need. But we're on the I made an emergency application to be a foster for Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, GPRS. So this is Felicia, and she's available through GPRS's website. Oh,
And there's Maverick.
there's Maverick the buddy. Let's see.
Now he's a pure mix, right?
He's a multi-poo, so he's part Maltese, part poodle.
Well, there's got to be pure in there somewhere. He's white.
He is white. They do match.
Yeah. He Maverick shares his toys with Felicia.
He does. He's a sweet boy. He's more energetic and likes to run and fetch and growl play. And Felicia, all she wants to do is just be in the play circle. She's never tried to take a toy away. They play very well. They sleep together in a little bundle, like in one of their little pictures. So they just love each other.
Wow. That is so awesome.
She is just so calm. She's just a zen kind of dog.
Yeah, she's very, very sweet and loving and just very chill. You know, when I had the 4 at one time, there was a lot going on. I think she would be best with either being a solo dog or a smaller buddy like Mav. She's done really good. You know, he was a puppy when we got him. And I think one of the 4 actually might have been Felicia's own puppy that came in together. So she's just very nurturing around smaller dogs and other dogs.
So Maverick doesn't travel with Felicia then, right?
No, he's our dog. There she is.
So that's a findanotherdog.com area to go for that one.
Right.
Wow. So what would her perfect home be look like if there were one?
I think she really is. She's my teenagers. I think she would be fine being an only dog. I don't think she needs high energy, aggressive dogs around her. I think she's more calm and quiet, but she's an active dog. She likes to, walk and do things like that. So we're just hoping the perfect family comes along for her.
Awesome. And she's in Texas, right?
Yes, we're in far North Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Awesome. But she can travel to the Pacific Northwest because, well, that's what GPRS does. But she can also travel to the Northeast too.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. Yes, 2 of the 4 did go to the Pacific Northwest. One was adopted locally, and she's the last one available of the 4 that I took at the same time. And she's just the sweetest little thing ever. So we will definitely miss her, but she's been a great temporary addition to our family. But we knew that there's a perfect family out there for her long term.
Wow. Well, there always
So
is.
what is she like on the leash?
She's great on the leash. She enjoys the leash and walks. She and her sister, we believe, were easily walked together and
Great.
both enjoyed that. Frank, the male that came in with them, he was not a walker. He just would lay down. And then Fiji, the puppy, was just unwalkable. He needed a lot of training, but all 3 of those have been adopted out. So I think she's going to love walks with her family, her adopter, and she's not a fence tester. She's not a jumper. She can be left in the backyard, without any issues. And she is crate trained, so she will choose to go in her crate sometimes with the door open. And she does stay in the crate during but she can be trusted outside by herself too. I will say I do have a pool, and each of the big dogs, when I had them put together, fell in the pool. Each one of them did, just from being rambunctious.
Oh,
About this picture here with her under her crate pillow.
What's that?
Can you tell us about her under her crate pillow?
Oh, she does not like the big fluffy pillow in her crate. She likes to lay on the tile or on the crate plastic surface. I do put a thin blanket in there for her, but I will find her actually on the plastic part instead of the blanket.
Okay. Debbie wants to know how she would do around cats.
She's not really ever been around cats. There are very tiny dogs next door. There are cats that kind of roam our neighborhood, and we back up to a wilderness area. So I truly don't know about cats, but with Mav being such a tiny puppy and around her, I mean, she's never shown any aggressiveness towards any smaller animal that I've seen.
Okay. Now, is she the one that she probably not. One of the dogs that we're having on the show today gets to go to work with her foster dad.
No, that's not this one.
no.
Okay. That must be another one coming up here in a little bit. So, okay. So Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org, that's where Felicia is. And Maverick is not available for adoption. He can't travel with her. That's sad. So, so if you got a dog that, well, shares toys, or if it doesn't share toys, doesn't matter, because, well, Felicia could still be a perfect fit for you. So,
He is just precious. I love her.
Yeah.
all right.
She's a
So-
pretty dog, a sweet soul.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to have to move on here because we got winter down there. And I'm also going to bring another one up at the same time. And so you can just kind of watch over there off to the side, and you're going to see Casper over there. So be prepared, Phil.
Yeah,
Um,
and Steve, I think Jess is back with so maybe if
Oh, we're going to bring Jess back up too.
Yeah.
She was up. She was down there. Thanks. You messed me up there. So, all right, Felicia, can you stay for the rest of the show?
Sure we can.
I asked Felicia. If I wanted your answer, I would have asked Amber.
I swear that came from Felicia.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So, our next dog coming up, we didn't have time to do a video for her, but we will eventually if she doesn't get adopted. But we've got one that, well, she may have to go back to school because she doesn't know how to spell her name properly. Is that right, Mark?
Oh, they just did that so we could. There was, I guess, the rescue had 2 other winters, and they
Yeah.
wanted to make sure they could pinpoint her out. She's very
So her name is spelled Wynter. You can't miss her. She's it's easy to find. You go to the end of the dog list.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow, she's beautiful. How much does she weigh?
She was about 65, 70 when I got her. I think she's back up to close to 85 right now.
Okay. Wow, she's pretty skinny when you got her then.
Yeah.
Or young, one of the two, or both. And
Probably a little bit of both, but yeah, you could definitely feel too much of her ribs when we first got her.
gotcha. How does she ride in a car?
She's still getting used to it. She likes to she'll lay down and sleep for most of her car ride. When I first got her, she was very nervous, but she is getting better about them.
Does she go to work with you, Mark?
Every now and then she'll go to work with me. I try to rotate my dogs through work.
Okay.
My office doesn't care if we bring our dogs, so I try to take them probably once every other week or so.
All right. Thank you for that, because I knew I read that somewhere. Okay. So she's not spoiled. Now she likes pillows too, doesn't she?
She likes to take them outside.
Ah,
She likes to pick them up and drag them around and lay on them.
so if she's going to go to work out back, she's going to be comfortable doing it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
What would?
She's
go ahead.
she's a lady who appreciates some luxury.
Yes. Gosh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she has a very dignified face.
She does. And what's her personality like? Has she been around cats?
We have 3 cats at home.
Okay.
She kind of ignores them. When we first got her, she licked my black and white cat Boston, and she didn't appreciate that, and she hasn't really touched them since.
Okay, well, he may have thought that she was just tasting him, but we don't know.
No, my cat Boston will let dogs lick him all day long.
So he doesn't have to clean himself.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But she does fine around cats. We've got 3 other dogs. She does fine around dogs. She's been around a few little kids around 4th and 5th grade age, and she did fine. But she's pretty adaptable because she's so sweet and just kind of calm.
Cool. So what would her perfect home look like?
It's kind of hard to say, just because she's adapted so well and so fast to us. I think she'd pretty much do well anywhere.
Cool.
She just wants to make sure she does her little dance when she eats dinner, and as long as she's getting fed and has a warm place to sleep.
Okay. Well, we got 2 dogs that do things. We got Winder that dances. We've got Felicia that when she sits, she also puts her paw out and touches you.
Yeah, my other one does that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think a perfect home for her would really just be anywhere that I'll let her sleep on the couch.
Wow. Ain't that awesome? I just love this.
I will say she does like to bark when she's outside. So, cautious on that. But other than that, she's been an angel.
Well, she is a livestock guardian breed, and
Yeah, she
they
is a
do.
Kyrgyz,
And
so
yeah, and her
some neighbors might.
her breed does try to intimidate the predator from stay away. So,
Yeah.
well, I have a feeling she's kind of loving life right now.
Yeah, she's definitely loving life. If we didn't have so many, we would probably keep her. But
And always remember that, everybody. Always look at the financial side of adopting also. All right, because that's why I'm at my limit. I mean, at any given time, I had 7 or 8 peers here, but sheesh, I had a better income back then. So, and what I did was gave each dog their own savings account. So if you do something similar to that, if you get 2 surgeries at the same time, it doesn't kill you, it doesn't devastate you. So just one thing to look at. That's how my wife set us up.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, all our dogs come microchipped, and you get 30 days of pet insurance with them if you sign up for that. So, if you can, it's great to get those 30 days of pet insurance, and then you can just sign up at that point to continue. In case there are any medical surprises, then those are taken care of.
Yeah. And that's what
so Margentina, it looks like she's kind of a medium coated girl. So it looks like her coat might be a little bit on the easier side to care for.
Oh yeah, she's definitely not a heavy coat dog or a long haired. She's a little. It's not very short, but it's not too long either.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really easy to brush. She'll just sit there and let it happen.
Wow.
Nice.
That is so cool. That really is. She's a good looking girl.
She is.
And so you said, so how does she get along with your other dogs that are there? I know she does okay with the cats because she ignores them. But what about your other dogs?
When we first got her, she's very timid of them. It took her a few weeks. But right now, my other female, she likes to bounce around and play with her quite a bit. So she's definitely warming up to them.
Okay.
I do have another male that likes to be a little bit more dominating, and she's put him in his place a few times. So she stands up for herself, and she still loves to play and runs around with them, and so she's been great.
Yeah. See, if I try to dominate my wife, I'm going to get put in my place too. So, wow. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where, well, most of these dogs are, except for Bear and Bonnie. They're in Utah. And they're probably loving that snow because they don't measure their snow in inches. CS says that what you guys do is amazing, and you're right. I agree with that 100%. Because don't forget, they do all this for free. This isn't a paid position, okay? And probably a good thing too. But because money doesn't buy you everything. It doesn't buy you that right there. I mean, well, the emotion that you get from that right there. Wow. So does she help you at work too, or she just lay there?
No, she's the worst coworker ever.
Oh, good.
She does this little growling talk thing that she likes to do, and she goes into other people's offices and yells at them, and then walks out.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Management material.
You got a new office manager there. Capability.
She's great at work though. She does. Because one of mine likes to walk up and down a bunch around the hallways, and the other one of them will just lay there. But she just kind of sits there and lets me love on her while I work, and she follows.
That's
me
amazing.
around.
That's actually very awesome because you obviously have an inside job.
No, I'm a warehouse manager, so I'm inside and outside.
Okay. All right.
So,
A warehouse manager. Now, wow, this is cool. She's not spoiled a bit, is she?
No. Look at that
So-
face.
Yeah, unfortunately, she may not be the best against intruders. She may show them where the safe is. You never know. As long as they pet her.
No, I'll say that's what we have Beethoven for. She's
Okay. Wow, you have Beethoven. I love that name. That's a sleeping
Beethoven's
name.
a big one. He weighs about 130, 135. And
Is
he's
he a
back-
GPRS alumni?
No, he is a Weatherford Texas Shelter alumni.
Okay. So that means Winter sounds like she's in Texas.
Yeah, we're just west of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
All right. Okay. Sounds like you're relatively close to Felicia.
Yeah, I don't know where she's at in the Metroplex, but
Yeah. Well, you're in Dallas Fort Worth area. Anybody else that doesn't live there, that's just across the street from each other, right?
yeah.
So, all right. Wow. Thank you, Mark, for fostering her. We want to move her right on along now because when you adopt, for example, Winter, and she leaves, Mark gets to save another one.
Yep.
Okay. So that's called the domino effect on the outside world looking in. Okay. But that domino effect has a lot going on because you're saving lives. And if you adopt her, you're helping save lives. Always remember that. So welcome to rescue. All right. Do you have any questions, Sydney?
Nope, I think that's it. She just seems lovely. I think she's just a little bit, I can't remember if we had a chance to mention this, but she's just a skosh over 2 years old. So she's a great age to still have a little bit of energy, but definitely she definitely has a calm demeanor, much like Felicia. So thank you so much, Mark and Tina, for bringing her on. She's wonderful.
And thank you. You get we have to, if she doesn't get adopted pretty soon, we have to bring her on again. We don't have rules like that here. You can come on as much as you want. Okay. All right. Now I would like to. Whoop! I can't. Jess isn't down there anymore, is she?
Yeah, we lost Jess, it looks like.
Okay. So we're stuck with Phil, right?
Oh, okay. You gonna wake up now?
Who do you have there, Phil? Don't make him wake up.
Well, he's on a natural drug called hiking. So we took him for a 4-mile hiking before we knew he'd be on here, so he'd be mellow.
All right. Phil is that's Casper, and Casper is in a unique situation. He's in a lab rescue. You're with Golden Gate Labrador Retriever Rescue. Is that correct, Phil?
Yes, that is correct. He was actually surrendered by the family back in May. He was actually, the mom and his litter pups, 5, were brought into Golden Gate back in last year. And he got adopted last year and then again surrendered in late May. Was in a boarding facility until I was able to get him out of there in October 21st. So we've only had him for a couple months now.
Right. And he's got a bite history, which is why he got surrendered, and he bit you. So, wow, how is he going to get adopted? Well, what's your take on that bite history now?
I believe it's it could have been avoided. I think based on what happened with me walking too close to his food bowl, he gave me a warning, more of a warning than I think an actual attack. He is doing really well. As a matter of fact, I can put I have a 7-year-old yellow. I can put her bowl and his bowl just separated by a screen door right next to each other. And he eats really calm. It takes about 10 minutes to eat.
Oh, that's right. Hang on, Phil. I forgot to tell him why the bait. He was accused of having food aggression, extreme food aggression, right?
Correct.
Yes, and it turns out food probably didn't have that much to do with it, huh?
That is correct. The boarding facility was working on a routine, so I was just kept following through with that routine when I brought him home. And Steve looked at that routine and said, "Stop it right away." And
That was the first thing I saw, huh?
yes, we believe that made a big difference. Resource guarding with toys, we have not seen any issues. Dog toys, I have a 7-year-old yellow. I kept all the toys up in my bed in my office. Now they're scattered all through the house because him and my dog like to play tug of war.
Right. So, wow, how does that happen when so many people, including that trainer at the boarding place, said that was the trigger of the bites was resources, but yet here we are.
Exactly, and no resource guarding with my girlfriend and I. He's becoming very attached to me. We can hug each other. He's like, okay, whatever. So it's really what we've noticed is the food bowl. So like I said, put the food down, 10 minutes, and life is good.
So the resource guarding, I came up and caught your rescue a little off guard when I said I don't think the resources have anything to do with this.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I believe it's after being
Kind of did, but not the way it was perceived.
Exactly.
Okay.
The other
It's
thing
called trigger stacking.
Yes. When he does get something in his mouth that he won't, because they taught him the command out. If he doesn't drop it, I can easily say, "Do you want a treat?" And he'll walk out, run over to the treat jar, drop the object. I give him a treat.
And the reason for that is anything that comes from Phil, in Casper's mind, is higher value than anything he has. Because we showed him that that's the way it is. He turns to Phil for everything. And that's what does that. If your dog has you to turn to, he will turn to you. Okay? Just like Casper.
Treat in my hand. He's very gentle with the treat out of his mouth. He's a very intelligent dog. He's very smart. He knows lots of commands. He loves his crate. He loves sleeping in there at nighttime. When I head up to bed, he runs up the steps. He's in his crate before I even get to the bedroom. He'll sleep in that crate. And I think he's similar to the other dog that was on. We had a dog bed in there, and the first week he chewed it. We put a blanket in there. He sleeps on the plastic bottom more than he does the blanket. So
now you know his age, right?
His age is he's about 21 months.
Okay. He's still a young one. He got a lot of puppy in there. Now, why do we have a lab rescue on? Well, you're in the Bay Area of California, aren't you? You're in the San Francisco area.
Yes, I am. That is correct.
And so GPRS doesn't have a transport route there. Okay. You can find Casper at whatever GPRS's website is. Just slipped my mind.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we have Casper is a courtesy listing on our website. GPRS Rescue, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org.
Thank you. You did the same thing I did. I just had a brain fart.
Yeah, and I think just to boil it down to one sentence, that it is so important to have a particular track of training and behavior, because Pyrenees are different. And so that's why there were issues before. It was very well-meaning, but it was the kind of approach for Labradors, which is very different than Pyrenees, because the breeds are very, very different. And so I think that's, it's important that people understand that to help with their dog's success. And so He's a great dog. He just needed the chance. He needed the approach that would be appropriate for his breed. So our rescue is more than happy to have him as a courtesy listing because, it used to be back in the day that we could transport to California, but we can't during this time period. So we have repeat adopters who are in California. We have a lot of people in California who have peer experience that would love to adopt another Pyrenees. So they would be very excited to hear about Casper.
So yeah, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. You can read about him there, or you can go to just a second. Gigi, what's the initials? The initials for Golden.
I would Google search Golden Gate Lab Rescue. So it's Golden Gate Labrador Retriever Rescue.org.
Yeah, except I think you can get to it with the abbreviation too.
Yeah, GGLRR.
Thank you. There you go, right there.
Yeah, I've been a lab owner for 30 years. I've been doing fostering for Golden Gate Lab for 2 years. This is my first experience.
And he humbled you right away, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a breed that I'm finding he's very loyal. I mean, labs are loyal
yeah.
at a certain point because they're just happy they're lucky. I'm finding within the 3 months I have, he's becoming loyal and more loyal to my girlfriend and I every day. It's amazing how
That's part of the guardian breed. They will fight for you till the death, where labs will fight until it says, "Oh crap, I'm out of here." That's just not in their breed. That's all. Okay, these are guardian breeds. That's why the rescues focus often on how loyal the breed is, and that's part of it right there. It's an amazing breed. So,
yeah, one day
and we're actually going to feature him one of these days.
Yeah, Steve, one day you might see me become a foster for a Great Pyrenees one day. So,
Chris is going to kill both of us now, right?
Exactly.
Always remember, it's not just the Great Pyrenees rescues that need fosters. The lab rescues need fosters too, because, well, they're being surrendered and dumped at a high volume also.
Exactly. It's pretty sad.
It's everywhere, and the rescues are telling me they're not seeing any kind of a slowdown. So, if you have a dog, reach out for help. If you have a bully breed, reach out to a bully breed rescue. They've got resources. If you have a lab, reach out to a lab rescue. They have resources with Great Pyrenees. Reach out to a Great Pyrenees rescue. Nobody knows their breed collectively more than a breed specific rescue. Okay, like the lab rescue. You know stuff about the lab I didn't even know probably, and the Great Pyrenees rescues can teach you a thing or two about the Pyrs. So, and you're actually a little cocky about your dog experience in the beginning. That's why I said these are humbling. This is a humbling breed. Okay.
I've learned a lot about the breed. A couple other quick notes. So I think came up about driving. He loves being in my truck. He likes his big head out the window. We get a lot of smiles when we drive by people. Loves hiking. He loves to get out there, and we pass cows and goats and sheep and everything. And
wow,
got them, and it's like, hey, and just almost talks to him. So he does bark. I think I heard one person showcasing their dog, so he does go in the backyard. He runs around the yard, checks everything, and he does bark. I think we back up to a busy street, so I'm going to give him some of the credit, but he does have that barking in him for a guardian.
Yeah. That's how he does his job.
Yeah, he's doing his top job.
Yeah, he's an amazing boy. Look at that.
Aww.
And I don't know if anybody's noticed. I don't know if any of the viewers have noticed or not. He constantly checks in with Phil. Okay, that's what we want from our dogs. We want them to check in with us because they want to make sure. Well, they want to know what you want them to do next. Sometimes to get that reward, sometimes to please you. Okay, it's not all about tricks to get a treat. There's a lot of personality right there. Boy, he's a lot bigger than Cheyenne, huh?
Yeah, after having him and then having Cheyenne, we think Cheyenne's a lap dog now, and she's 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can see, as far as Reese goes, I got 2 treats in my hand. Both are here, and I'm not letting them get it, and then they can take it right out of their hands. You know, so
You're doing that no matter what, because remember the food aggression, the severe food aggression in Casper? He just had treats in the palm of his hands.
yeah. So right now I have two treats in my hand. I mean, they're sitting right here. Their noses by each other. They're not. So
And Casper, what, 6 months ago would have ate you, huh?
well, yeah. 3 months ago he would have. We've only had him for 3 months.
Okay. Well, you've had him twice now, right?
Yeah, we had him when he was a puppy. He did have resource guarding as a puppy. He was with a previous foster. She freaked out, so they called me. I like to take on the dogs that need help with Golden Gates. I take on a lot of high risk dogs. We did break him, and then we had him for after we broke him. Had him for at least 3 weeks, and people take bully sticks and everything. But when he got adopted, they didn't follow through with training and everything. So it's a shame.
Bingo. Human error caused him to lose his home. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So they blamed the dog on their mistakes.
And the other thing I'm finding, he didn't have structure put around him.
Right.
The meet and greets with people. He was hesitant in the beginning. He'll walk up to people now. He has a bad habit of sticking his nose somewhere where he shouldn't be, but he's walking up to people now.
Yeah. Now, how many peer owners out there, the viewers, or even in the studio, how many of us have ever had a Great Pyrenees that when you take them for a walk and you see another dog coming at you, you wonder which dog you have with you? Is this dog going to try to turn into Cujo for that other dog, or is he going to walk by pleasantly? This dog right here, Mr. Casper, is going to walk by pleasantly, and even a little bit of excitement for a stimulant to play. One of the things that Phil does is he's got a group that he calls a group of unruly dogs. Now, they're typically behind a fence, but sometimes they're not. Some of them, they're off leash. And Casper has yet to in any of the videos I've seen, he has not reacted a single time in a bad way.
Exactly. My yellow has like laid into him 3 or 4 times, maybe half a dozen times.
Oh, Cheyenne's not been happy with him?
Oh, well, every time she says, "Hey, I'm done with you. We're done playing.
Gotcha.
Enough is enough," and she'll let him know, and he walks away and say, "Okay, I'll make you happy." And
see, in Casper's case, Cheyenne did have a mentoring role, but she's a senior, okay?
Yeah.
And her role actually isn't what was required for Casper in that respect. He needed the human guidance, okay? And or human knowledge. That's what he got. And this is, GPRS isn't going to list a dog that they're not comfortable listing, okay? They're just not going to do it, all right? So, and there he is, living, breathing proof. We'll feature him here pretty soon, Phil. If he's got 2 applications. We don't know where they're going to go yet, but
Exactly.
but he still has 2. Wow. Okay, we got to move on because I'd still like to try to get 2 more in. Who wants to go? Who do you want to go first, Sydney? I'll let you make that call. Thanks for bringing him up, Phil.
It should be Melanie with Archie because he's ready to go. He's right there.
Yes, he is. And Archie that's awesome because we can do Trisha because, man, I don't know why you still have Trisha. I don't know why. Well, Archie still, you haven't had him all that long now. Where'd you go, Melanie? Oh, there you are. I got to make
we're
Archie
looking at
big.
Archie, not me.
There we go. Carrot. Is that a carrot?
No, it's a Nylabone.
Okay. Archie was the grand marshal at the Halloween show, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. That was just after his surgery.
Yeah, and so he got to go trick-or-treating in a little red wagon. Is that what he was in? It was a red wagon, wasn't he?
Sure, we'll go with red.
Oh, I
What
wouldn't know
color they are.
it was red.
So yeah, he got to be the king of the day and had his cape and his carriage. Now he doesn't need his carriage. He's getting around just fine. He does still limp. The orthopedist says that's normal, and that it does not slow him down in the slightest.
What happened to him? What caused his surgery?
He was hit by a car, and he was found on the side of the road by a Good Samaritan, and that's how he was brought to the attention of GPRS.
Gotcha. Because GPRS, if that dog is injured and suffering, they're going to do everything they can to take that dog, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
He is an absolute sweetheart. Like personality-wise, you would never guess the trauma that he went through at such a young age. He's very laid back. He thinks he's a lap dog. Sometimes he wants to play and he wants to cuddle. That's what he wants to do.
Huh, imagine that.
Yeah.
Now you haven't done a video for Archie yet, have you?
I'm working on it. I have a grand plan. It is in the works.
Okay. So we're gonna, because we're not technically featuring him as a featured dog right now. Okay, we wanted to get everyone in because Trisha, Sydney has Trisha. What would be Archie's? What would Archie's perfect home look like?
He needs another young dog to play with and to help mentor him. He does really well. I have a German Shepherd who he loves to play with, and is getting better. She's always been a little bit not dominant, but she's actually getting a lot better at putting him in his place when he's obnoxious.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he definitely needs that mentor and that playmate. He does okay with cats. It kind of actually depends on the cat's temperament. My more laid back cat completely just like ignores them because he doesn't chase cats. He follows them around. He just wants to know what they're doing. And then he's going to stick his nose all in their business.
because that's Archie. He's a grand marshal. He can.
Yeah. And so if the cat is okay with the dog being all in their business, like just sniffing and wanting to know what's going on, the cat will be fine. If the cat's like, stay away from me and, is always aloof, Archie's always going to be trying to figure out, well, what are you actually doing? Why can't I see what you're doing?
All right. Okay, we do actually have to move on. I forgot about Bristol, Sydney.
Oh, Bristol, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Bristol.
we just have a video for her. She's not able to be on live today. But we did want to make sure and highlight her and show her video today.
Yes, and Bristol. Well, I'm just going to play it because because you also have 2 short videos up there that I want to play too. And we're going to have to make Trisha another new video, aren't we?
Maybe so.
All right. Okay, here's Bristol's video here. There it is. Found it. Wow. Um, that's for link right to her bio right there.
Yes.
I don't usually put those up because that's an awful lot to write down. You know it.
Yeah. It is.
So anyway,
Yeah, Bristol's about a 70-pound dog, and she has been fostered in a home with, between 1 and 3 other dogs, and does nicely. So she definitely enjoys the company of another dog. But if you're a multi-dog household already and looking for another fur baby, she would do great.
and she's still working on leash skills when you meet other dogs, but they're working on that. You know, we never said that these dogs are perfect. Where is everybody? Everybody left us?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I still see Felicia.
Yep.
What happened to Phil? Where'd you go? There's Phil. He was down in the green room. Huh. Sorry, Phil. You must be getting dizzy by now. Wow, what a show. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Montana. No, backwards. Utah, Montana. .org. That's where Bonnie and
There.
Bear, thank you.
Bear.
Phew. And there's a comment, probably already brought up. Archie looks like a sweetheart. The reason for that is he is a sweetheart. He just had a rough go there for a little while, but he's all fixed up now, and he's ready for his forever home. But wow, what a show we had! Thanks everybody for bringing it on. Thank you, Phil, for sticking it out with Casper even after he gave you a stern warning.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd do it all over again, Steve. He's a great dog.
Yeah, and he's going to get the perfect home. So wow, what a and pretty soon what we have in the works besides the big floof butt contest we're working on. By the way, I don't know if people realize this or not. Bristol's been on the show in the past when his first foster had her, or when Krista had her. So, but she'd only had her just a few days. Nobody knew anything, and we learn as we go. So, and Bristol's not doing anything outside of breed traits. Okay, so everything can be addressed and work her through it. So, and that's what they're working on. But her mom's still her foster mom's a little under weather. So, anyway, that's it. That's all I got. We're working. We got in the works. Did Stephanie get back with you on, or should I just keep this under wraps right now?
We're for the 28th.
The 28th.
Yep.
Oh, isn't that like next week?
No, that's in 2 weeks. So it's the last weekend in January.
We're going to have one foster, multiple rescues, and a bunch of dogs on, right?
Yep.
And one of the rescues that she fosters for is Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. So that's going to be an awesome show.
Yes.
And Stephanie's been on the show before. She does great. She gave us a grand indoor tour at one week, and we got to see her wall of fame in crates. Remember we had Concho was there, and a couple of them. Yeah, remember? Girly Girl was there. She had Girly Girl.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the 28th.
I have to show you really quick. I'm going to walk over. Prisha is sleeping on my bed, and my Pyrenees Samson is sleeping on the side of the bed on the floor, and they're just laying there together. Hopefully nobody will get seasick as I walk over there, but
All right.
and please excuse the messy bed. It's only because the dogs sleep on there. It's their fault, not mine.
So why do all the humans have to say that up front? Because we're self-conscious, because we're taking you into our homes.
There we go.
Wow, look at that. Boy, Samson's just gorgeous. Now, Samson's GPRS alumni, right?
He is. Yep. He's going to be 11 years old in March.
Uh-oh.
So I adopted him back in 2013. So he's a very dignified elderly gentleman.
How is she sleeping? Is she upside down?
No, she's sleeping on her side.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I guess I should make her big for everybody, right?
Usually she sleeps just on my side of the bed with her head on my pillow.
And she's the dancing queen of GPRS, right?
He is. In fact, I uploaded a tiny little video clip.
I can play them,
First snow today.
but I'd rather incorporate them into a new video for her.
Okay.
All
But
right.
yes, that's often where they are. Is they're sleeping in my room together, my Pyrenees and Trisha. So, and my other dog Artemis, who's a Husky German Shepherd, she is taking up the whole couch.
Ah, gotcha. So you've got 3 dogs,
Yep, I have 3, and I do walk them all together.
3 at a time, and
Yeah.
you're not worried about bolting because everybody thinks that if one dog runs, they're all going to run, and that's usually not the case. So it's capable of happening that way, but that doesn't happen with you, does it?
No, and I mean they definitely will sniff in different directions. So sometimes my arms are like this. But we've had a lot of practice. So one dog always basically walks on one side, the other one always walks on the other side, and then typically I have my foster dog in the middle, so they know what side they're supposed to be on. So sometimes if they're like they smell something interesting and they wander to the other side, I'm like, nope, get on your side, scoot over, and they'll be like, okay. And I also give them directionals. So if we're going to cross the road, I say, okay, we're going to cross. And then they know we're going to get off the sidewalk and cross the street. Or if we're going to turn, I just say, okay, this way. And then they know to look up and look at me and see which direction we're going to turn. And then we all turn together.
Okay, did you just hear that? She gives them instruction for what's coming next. That's all. That's all that was. So
Yeah. So,
if you're,
and I'm only 5'6", so I can walk over 300 pounds a dog. So if I can do it, and I can't do it with all my fosters. So some of my fosters pull really hard. And so those ones need one-on-one work. But if I can, I get to a point where at least I'm walking them and another dog together so that they can learn how to manage that.
and those right there are some of the resources I talk about. If your Great Pyrenees is pulling you and it's not a fun walk for you, reach out to the rescue. They have resources. All right. They can help you help your dog.
Yeah.
All right? So just call the rescue or send them a message. Don't call them. They may not answer the phone. Okay. But you know the term. All right. What a show we had. We're out of here. Okay. 28th is going to be an exciting show.
Yeah.
Well, they're all exciting for me. So, but I'm apparently pretty easy to please. All right, everybody.
Well, yeah, thank you so much to all our guests for coming today. It's been such a pleasure and a privilege to have your dogs and see them in real time.
We had a lot of dogs on today, didn't we?
We did.
Yes, we did. All right, everybody. Okay, Phil, you going to hang around for a few minutes after we end the stream?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Say bye, everybody.